It's nice to be back. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was mornings like these when the breeze whistled through the trees. The fog would hover and the grass would still be wet. I'd put on my rain boots and I'd get dressed and head down to the barn beside the chicken coop. I'd follow her out the front door, down the path, through the brushes and past the pond. My sister and I used to catch frogs there into the household, and we had to move on. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. You can stay in or go outside and wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. It never ends. We then make our way past the dog pen and through the fields to the stables where the horses lay. I'd shovel manure and clean their beds and prepare their feed for the day. My favorite horse was named Frosty, until Sherry gave birth to a calf named Zari. I swear I was there to witness his birth, sharing that incredible memory. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. You can stay in or go outside, wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. It never ends. She taught me how to ride. She used to sing me lullabies. She watched me take my first steps in the kitchen when I was just a kid. And those were the early years where we were taught to have no fear, and everything seemed so clear. I'd follow her out the front door, down the path, through the brushes and past the pond. My sister and I used to catch frogs there into the household, and we had to move on. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. Stay in or go outside and wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. 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 All right, thank you for being here. It's so nice to be back here at the Green Note. Thank Thanks to everybody here for inviting me back. And thank you all for coming. My name's Julian Taylor, if you weren't aware of that. And I write original compositions for the most part. I think I'll play mostly original songs tonight. I haven't actually entirely decided. This is a song that I wrote when I was 17 years old, though. I'm only 18, by the way. One night in Georgia, outside of Macon while the rain came down, Jesse Osgood left a line on the interstate, 14 miles from Jeffersonville. He drove a 65 Chevy Impala and heading north on the I-95. Detective Stevens, chief of Wichita, began to track him down Atlantic side. And are you wild like a mean, oh, I'm still running free. Don't worry about what you gotta see. Don't worry about what you gotta be. You can't listen to the radio underneath that Georgia moon. La 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 la. La 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 la. Jesse also came from Memphis, Tennessee. He hustled every man from county to city. He got busted down to Wichita and broke loose in '83. Never had much of a family. He hated women, loved his wild turkey. Never had a place to call his own. Never a house or even a home. And are you wild like a mean, oh, I'm still running free. Don't worry about what you gotta see. Don't worry about what you gotta be. You can't listen to the radio underneath that Georgia moon. La 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 la. Detective Stevens was a clever man, guided by the devil's right hand. You see, they found his daughter lying on the interstate, 14 miles from Jeffersonville. And oh Lord, he caught up with Jesse just outside of NYC, shot him down in an alleyway. So long, oh Jesse. And are you wild like a mean, oh, I'm still running free. Don't worry about what you gotta see. Don't worry about what you gotta be. You can't listen to the radio underneath that Georgia moon. La 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 la. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. Like I said, I've been writing songs for only a year now, and I'm just kidding. I've been doing this a little while. I was talking to my friend Michelle downstairs, and it feels like we're young vets, and it's a really lovely thing to be able to do this, travel around the world and play music for people, share your stories with them. This is a song that I wrote back in 2020, and it was the first song that I wrote for my record Beyond the Reservoir. It was the one that sort of opened up the floodgates. There's always one that does that. I get really scared sometimes after I've put out a record because it feels like things dry up for a minute there, and that I might not have anything to say. But lo and behold, the universe has other plans, and it unfolds exactly the way that it should. So this is a song about the gratitude that I have for the people next to me, my chosen family, my blood family, and the fact that they put up with me. It's called Wide Awake. I think it's good enough. Here we go. It's a crazy world that we live in. The tide comes and goes so fast. Right now, while I'm trying to be present, I'm still chasing shadows of my past. My father was born in the islands. My mom was born on the great turtle's back. They'd pray for me when I'd go out in the evening. At least it's one of the rumors I'd hear. Around Christmas time spent with our family over hot toddy, sorrel, and ginger beer. They did their best and they did it for freedom. They did everything they ever could for me. We went to church every single Sunday. We'd get dressed up and then go to Granny's place. I'd run around that house with my cousins. We'd love to race. There is an abundance of hope that lies between the oceans of time. There's nothing singular about it, yet it can clearly be defined. Yet it can be clearly defined, and I'm wide awake. I chalk it up to all of my mistakes, and all the heartache that I've had to face, and all the choices that I've had to make in my life. Greatest pictures are never taken. They're all stored in your memories. Me and my mom, we used to go to goodbyes and talk philosophy. We'd sit there just talking for hours. I once asked her why are good memories so heavy. She simply said, aren't you lucky? And I'm wide awake. I chalk it up to all of my mistakes, and all the heartache that I've had to face, and all the choices that I've had to make in my life. Hey Greeno, will you join me along in song? Will you join me along in song? Woo! Okay, it's super easy. Just follow me, okay? It goes like this. La da 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 la da 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 la da da da. You got it. La da 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 Aren't we lucky? aren't we lucky? There is an abundance of hope that lies between the oceans of time. There's nothing singular about it, yet it can clearly be defined. Yet it can be clearly defined, and I'm wide awake. I chalk it up to all of my mistakes, and all the choices that I've had to make, and all the heartache that I've had to face in my life. Much appreciated, thank you. This song appears on my record Pathways. It's no longer my new record, it's my latest record. It came out last fall, and I got to record some of it in Nashville with my friend Colin, and I got to record some of it on Six Nations on the Grand River, a place called Jukasa Studio. Actually, they have the Abbey Road, the old Abbey Road soundboard. They bought it, and it's there. So I'd like to think that because it was recorded there, it's like the greatest record ever. I'm just kidding. There's no such thing as the greatest record ever. The only thing that you have is your greatest recollection, and that's why they're called records anyway. This is a song about the world that we live in, and the frustration that I have with, and the difficulty that I have trying to unplug. I grew up in, and I'm sure a lot of you did, in an era where we were unplugged. And I think it was a little bit simpler at that time. I don't know, it just felt that way.
It was.
So I work very hard to try to remove myself from distractions, but distractions distract me all the time. This is called Ain't Life Strange. Hiding away from life and the constant struggles that we face each day. Do we even know what we're doing to ourselves, and how our actions affect everyone else? Don't you wish sometimes time would stand still? Do you ever wish that time travel was real? Close your eyes and tell me, what do you see? 'Cause if you're like me, then you're strange. Ain't life strange? Ain't life strange? Further away from what really matters, pertinent to all these crucial emotions we've gathered. A hidden passage, a dark and hollow language that occupies your mind from time to time. Don't you wish sometimes that time would stand still? Do you ever wish that time travel was real? Close your eyes and tell me, what do you see? 'Cause if you're like me, then you're strange. Ain't life strange? Ain't life strange? Don't the grass look greener on the other side? But be careful what you wish for, you could get left behind. to see where I went wrong, and all I could have done is a fine line between a broken and beautiful mind. Don't you wish sometimes the time would stand still? Do you ever wish that time travel was real? Close your eyes and tell me, what do you see? 'Cause if you're like me, you're strange. Ain't life strange? Ain't life strange? Ain't life strange? A long time ago, well, actually not that long ago, my daughter, who's 13 now, she was really actually quite a big fan of my music when she was younger, but I've been left in the dust now. She'll come back, and that's sort of the point of this song. She'll come back again. I remember writing this song in the garden, actually, and she was privy, and she still is privy to the songs that I write. Now she's telling me that, I think that's too slow and depressing. That's fine. Sabrina Carpenter rocks, I guess. But this particular song, we were in the garden, and it was interesting because when she asked me what it was about, I didn't really have a definitive answer, because I feel like having a definitive answer to what something's about is kind of peculiar. All I know is that everything is cyclical. All I know is that things go up and they go down, and all around. And so I told her that the song, you see that flower in the garden? Well, in the spring it sprouts life, and in the winter it dies, but it comes back again. And that's the same for all of us, and all of nature that surrounds us. It's quite a beautiful thing that we're part of. Stretching out into the morning sun, stretching out just to come undone. The skies are hazy, baby blue. The moments sit still, and yet it still moves you. We only stay as long as we can. We only stay as long as we can, then come back again. Thunder and lightning and the sound of the past. It's time to celebrate at last. Sundays always seem to last forever, mending any happen, changing the weather. We only stay as long as we can, but like the mountains return to sand, we come back again. We come back again. We come back again. Sunset was setting sooner than before. Those cotton wood sticks outside by the front door, surrounded by the forest and the trees, the simple facts of life at ease. We only stay as long as we can, but like the mountains return to sand, we come back again. 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 Sunsets are gently falling on the ground. Sunset is silently making sounds. You give your family lots and lots of love. That's what you do. You give them more than you need to, because we only stay as long as we can, But like the mountains return to sand, we come back again. 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 There's a sky to die for. It's so beautiful, and it's all your fault. A crazy sky like that should be locked up in a vault. In a vault without a key. Am I winning? Am I losing? I don't even know the score. There's too much of everything. Who could ask for anything more? Do-do-do. There's a love to cry for. It's so wonderful, and it's all your fault. A crazy love like that should be locked up in a cage without a key. Am I winning? Am I losing? Don't even know the score. There's too much of everything. Who could ask for anything more? I don't even know the score. There's too much of everything. Who could ask for anything more? I'm glad. I lived with someone for close to 9 years, and our relationship ended during the pandemic, but we still have a good foundation and connection. And one of the things that I need to tell you is that as someone who's a partner, one of the things that you shouldn't say to someone as they're leaving the house is, "Are you wearing that? Are you sure you want to wear that?" I learned my lesson. Because my partner at the time, she had this thing with it was my deal. It was my problem. She really liked ugly sweaters, and I had a problem with it. So it was my fault. It's not the reason that we broke up, I promise. But yeah, ugly sweaters are her thing, and that's totally cool. At the time, I was, I should have known that never to say that to anybody walking out the house. And now I do, so I don't do it. You live and you learn. I've been touring for a while, and the last few years after the pandemic and everything opened up. And one of the things that I love to do is thrift shop. Most of the clothes that I have on my back are thrifted. Certainly not my socks, and not my gitch, and not my hat. I've decided that I don't want anybody else's hat. But everything else is thrifted. And so I love going to towns. Actually, Camden's perfect for this. I've developed a leather jacket problem here. I was in Wisconsin and going to these thrift shops, and I saw this. Her birthday was coming up, and I saw this god-awful sweater. And I thought, you know what? I think this would be perfect for you. And so I texted her, and I said, "Oh, I'm at this thrift shop in Wisconsin. I found this hideous sweater. I think you'll love it." And so I bought it for her birthday. And when we split up, we share a dog now. We had a dog, and now we share a dog. And when you're on the road, it can be kind of lonely. I was in my hotel room all by myself in Wisconsin after the gig, and I decided, the sweater was sitting on my bed, and I thought, oh, I got nothing better to do, so I tried it on. And I gotta tell you, it looked pretty damn good on me. I was, showing it off to myself in the mirror. I'm like, wow, this sweater's pretty awesome. Hideous, but awesome. So I texted her and I said, you know how we share a dog? And you know that hideous, ugly sweater that I got you for your birthday? I tried it on while I was at my hotel room, and it looked really good on me. Would you be into sharing the sweater? And she said, sure. So now we share a sweater and a dog. This is a song that I wrote for her when we first met, and I want to play it for you right now. You got to be good to your woman. You got to be good, good to your woman. You got to be good to your woman, good to your woman, good to the very last drop. You got to be good to your woman, good to your baby, don't stop. Love, love, won't you send me a dove? Ooh, when my baby kisses me, I feel a pull from straight up above. You got to be good to your woman, good to your woman, good to the very last drop. You got to be good to your woman, good to your baby, don't stop. Baby, don't stop. Things go wrong, she gives me everything that I need. Ooh, when my baby caresses me, it gives me strength to get back up on my feet. You got to be good to your woman, good to your woman, good to the very last drop. You got to be good to your woman, good to your baby, don't stop. 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 Baby, don't you stop. Baby, don't stop. Baby, don't stop. Baby, don't you stop. Baby, don't stop. It's a trip, the way she walk right into your life. Ooh, when my baby touches me, I feel an urge from deep down inside. You got to be good to your woman, good to your woman, good to the very last drop. You got to be good to your woman, good to your baby, don't stop. You got to be good to your woman, good to your woman, good to the very last drop. You got to be good to your woman, good to your baby, don't stop. Baby, don't stop. Baby, don't stop. Baby, don't you stop. Baby, don't stop. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. One more? Okay. I've got one more, and then we're going to take an interval. I'm so excited about the term interval because I didn't know it until I came to Great Britain. Everyone's like, we're going to just take a set break. back home in Canada, and well, now I know about this interval, so I take it home and I rub it in people's faces. It's pretty cool. Do you guys know what a chicken wing gig is? Have you ever heard of a chicken wing gig? Say that fast 5 times. I'm just kidding, don't do it. Chicken wing gig. Yeah, back home that's what they call it. And for a long time I put out original music with my band Staggered Crossing, and then we unfolded. And then, yeah, thank you. We were together for 14 years, and then I went to, I was disenchanted with the music business altogether. Ended up as a bartender for a little bit, and then all of a sudden got disenchanted with that and decided to go back to music. But when I went back to music, I didn't really want to perform my own songs. I had sort of hit a roadblock, and so I ended up playing other people's songs. So back home, a chicken wing gig means that they've hired you to basically sit in the corner and play other people's songs and do 3 45-minute sets while everybody watches TV and watches the hockey game and eats chicken wings. They just don't care what you're doing. But it's an okay way to make a living if you can do it, 4 nights a week. And that's what I did. Anyway, that's not really what this song is about at all. I'm just segueing to how I met this person. This song's about the girl that I didn't get. And I was playing one of these gigs, and it was an interval. I didn't know about that yet, set break. I went to the bar to grab a drink and introduced myself to the bartender, and she said that her name was Bobby, with an I. And I thought that was the coolest thing that I've ever heard, up until then. And like 3 seconds later, the next coolest thing that I've ever heard happened, because the other bartender said, just ask her what her last name is. I said, okay, what's your last name? And she said, Champagne. Your name's Bobby Champagne? That was the coolest thing that I've ever heard. And at that moment, I had a crush on her for sure. I remember asking her if I could write a song with her name in it, and she absolutely agreed. Didn't get her because she was with somebody else, and that was fine. But when I started writing the song, I was, dumbfounded because I knew nothing about her. I couldn't write anything. Until one night, we were up at some cabin party. Do you guys know what a cabin party is? It's like, kind of, with bonfires, summer, lakes, cabins. And it was like 3:30 in the morning. I'd been up all night hanging out with friends, and I'd been working on this crazy riff. And all of a sudden, I stood up. My knees were kind of wobbly. I have no idea why. And I fell into the fire. I fell into the bonfire. I lived to tell the story pretty much because I was wearing wool and not polyester. And there was another guy there with me. He kicked me out of the fire. It was odd, though. It took him a little while. I mean, when you fall into a fire, you don't want the person who's sitting there to say, what are you doing? You want them to react as quickly as possible. But that didn't happen. Anyway, when I woke up the next day, the song had written itself. I hope that you join in and that you hear your cue. I've traveled all around the world, and there's only one audience that didn't get it. I was really dumbfounded by that as well. They were totally out of time, so no pressure. She's got grace and style, more than a moonlit mile. And I know, yes I know, all I need to know. So here it goes. Well, I've been feeling you. I hope that you've been feeling me too. Could it be, yes, that it's me that you want to see? So please, please tell me, what's your name? She said, I'm Bobby Champagne. Like a moth to the flame, well, I fell into the fire. I said, what's your name? She said, I'm Bobby Champagne. Like a moth to the flame, well, I fell into the fire. I've been watching you. I see that you've been watching me too. And I know how I feel. So let me ask you, what's the deal, baby? She's got midnight eyes, dark like a winter sky. And I know, yes I know, all I need to know. So here it goes. Well, what's your name? She said, I'm Bobby Champagne. Like a moth to the flame, well, I fell into the fire. I said, what's your name? Your turn. She said, Bobby Champagne. You got it! Like a moth to the flame, well, I fell into the fire. I said, what's your name? Your turn. She said, Bobby Champagne. Like a moth to the flame, well, I fell into the fire. Bobby Champagne. Like a moth to the flame, well, I fell into the fire. I said, what's your name? She said, I'm Bobby Champagne. Like a moth to the flame, well, I fell into the fire. I said, what's your name? Your turn. She said, I'm Bobby Champagne. Like a moth to the flame, well, I fell into the fire. I said, what's your name? One more time. She said, I'm Bobby Champagne. Like a moth to the flame, well, I fell into the fire. Thank you. I hope you guys are having a good time. I certainly am. I do have records and CDs and t-shirts. I'll be around for the interval, and then the second set comes up, and I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you for coming.